Hello everyone, my name is Eldar and today I want to tell you about the upcycle technique of, for example, in technology lesson. I prepared a small presentation about this and first I want to tell you how teachers should prepare for the lesson. For example, when we start a technology lesson, we're saying that children would do something handmade by themselves. Yes, it's true, they will do something and they will develop their creativity skills during the technology lesson. And in this lesson, we can use this unique technique. And in this situation, when they're making something from material, for example, bottles, paper from journals and newspapers, just um, shoeboxes and others, we can use the technique of upcycled classroom. Upcycled classroom is unique lesson technique which lets the students to be creative with materials. Paper, plastic bottles, old socks, shoeboxes point at you, which are not used but can be used creatively by them. Yes, they can make anything out of them. They can make, for example, flowers from journals, newspapers, and one of the most interesting is projector made on shoebox. Now I'll show you how to create the simple projector from shoebox. Teacher starts a lesson like, "Hello children, how are you?" Just children say, "Hi, we're fine, teacher. What about you?" Teacher answers, "Oh, thank you. I'm very good." So, let's start our lesson of technology. Today I want to show you the magic of the shoebox. Shows the shoebox and asks a question. How do you think? What is this magic? Hide in the shoebox. Students answer, "We don't know, teacher. Can you explain us?" And the teacher says, "Okay, today we'll make a video projector, the magic device which shows the screen bigger." And the children are very glad to hear this because their phones are very small to show content and they want bigger screen to do something. For example, watch films. Teacher gives all the students their shoeboxes, and students ask, "And what should we do to make projector from this?" Because they don't know, it's just a simple shoebox. Teacher, at first you should open it. They open this box and imagine what will be inside of this box. For example, if they don't have any ideas, you can just ask them. For example, what do you see here? For example, font stand. Do you want for stand inside of this projector? They will say yes, because the font stand is the main component of the projector. Of course, next to this, you will just explain them. Teacher, explains. Then listen carefully. Cut one of the narrow slides of the shoebox. We'll start off making the body by cutting one of the narrow sides of the shoebox. Be sure not to damage or avocado piece you're tucking away because you'll use it later. That small panel is where you will be attaching your lens later. Then, after cutting, black out the inside of the shoebox. Then the teacher watches how does it cut this shoebox, and just if they are cutting wrong, if he has some shoeboxes he can give the students who cut it wrong. And then he says, using the paper or the spray paint, cover the inner part of the box black. So he wants from the students to cover the inner part to avoid the light colors. By blacking all the inner panels, the light coming out of your phone will be more directed towards the only exit, which magnifying lens you will be installing later. Alternatively, you could also use foil as a cover instead of paper or paint. Yes, it's a good method to use foil as a cover of this box. Now teacher says, we're going to make our magic component, lens. I can tell you that the teacher can use two types of these components. Lens made from bottle, now I will explain how to make it. And a simple magnifying lens, just for the children who don't know how to use knife to cut something. For the children, older children, teenagers, I will call them. Okay, so for the teenagers, you can explain how to make their own lens from the water bottle. For example, you cut the pieces of water bottle like the lens, and then glue them with glue gun and fill them with water, and it will be their handmade lens. But if you are working with the children under 10 years, you can just say, place your magnifying glass. You give to all of them magnifying glasses, and then say, place your magnifying glass on top of the cutout and trace the other part of glass to create an outline. Once you're done with this, get a scissors or cutters and cut the hole. But don't let the children to cut the hole because it's very dangerous. You must cut it yourself. Remember to cut tightly inside the outline to ensure a tighter fit when slot the lanes again later. Just the lens should be inserted very hard because it will just break out the light, the some holes. When we made hole in this box, we must slot in the magnifying glass inside the hole that you made on the piece of the box. Just teacher or tell students to slot in this magnifying glass. Using a glue gun, attach it and make sure that it's secured. This step I can explain. For example, children who are 5 or 6 years old, they can use this glue gun, and teacher must glue this himself. Help the children with this. Also make sure that the lens is leveled in every angle to avoid any image distortions later on. Now remember that the glue gun takes time to harden, uh, so just keep an eye on your project. Yes, it's very important because if the child touches this hot glue, he'll burn his skin. It's very bad. Don't let the children to touch hot glue. Just again, if you are not comfortable in using this equipment, ask somebody to help. Yes, you can tell the children at the beginning of the lesson to ask you to help them if they need your help. But don't forget, you must help them without their questions if the work is too dangerous. Okay, the next step. The next step just but if we want magic, where shall we put the phone? Because this is the most important part, the third part of the projector called phone stand. And teacher answers, oh my dear students, I answer you. We're making third part called phone stand inside. And just unlike your usual phone stand, the one you will be creating for your projector has to be upright in 90 degrees, 90-degree angle, vertical orientation. Remember that we're dealing with optics here, so a slight error in angle might lead to image distortions. Yes, the teacher should mention just the angle is 90 degrees, not, for example, 89 or 87 degrees. He must watch how the children put their phone stands. Your phone stand has to be T-sharp with a wide enough base to support the weight of your phone. Connect the two cardboards to form the stand. If the phone is too heavy, you can use 3 or 4 cardboards. It doesn't matter. Try using a book's edge to guide you into making the pieces perpendicular to each other. Yes, you can use a book edge or you can use the building instrument called angle. 90-degree angle, you can use this to cut. Then attach your old phone case to one side of the stand. If students knew this earlier, you say them to took their phone cases with themselves, old phone cases, if they have. They will do this. If you just tell them about this projector at the lesson, it doesn't matter to use your phone case. You can just make this phone holder from 2 pieces of cardboard. This is one of the most exciting parts. Yes, I agree with this. It's the most exciting part of making your projector. Once your phone stand structure is done, grab an old phone case and attach it to one side of the upright cardboard. You could use your glue gun to attach it, or perhaps pieces of double-sided adhesives for a cleaner look. Alternatively, instead of attaching your phone case, you can also make stoppers on the base of the stand. I said about it. And just be sure that your stoppers could keep your phone perpendicular to the base and avoid image distortions. Just what distortion it's when an image comes upper or just sometimes it comes to the left side or to the right side, like artifacts. I will call this with this word. This is a choice of you want to go if you are aware that you won't be the only one using the projector. For example, you have the best student who is good at technology and he made the best projector in the class which shows very bright and very clear. But the students have different phones to insert them into the projector. And if he puts his phone case inside, it will be impossible to put another phone into this projector. If he made it very good, but didn't use phone case, just you can tell him not to use it and explain how this projector works with your phone. There is a choice. Okay, so this is your choice. Then again, why not just make more, right? Yes, I agree with this. Okay, and then by using Lugan, we assemble it into one device. And students tell him, yay, we assembled it. We made this projector, now we can just watch films in a bigger screen. Teacher takes one of these projectors or the projectors maybe made by himself and shows the students how it works. Home task. Home task is also a very important part. When you are just making your home task, be sure that this home task is according to the lesson. For example, I use the technique of upcycled classroom. And if you want to make your home task, make it to the theme of Upcycled. I made my home task like this. Make flowers from old newspapers without glue. Yes, students can do this at home and then just watch to these flowers or give them to their mothers like a big branch of flowers. Okay, and then they can take them to the class and show to you. Your first step when you see these flowers to say, they're very beautiful. Yes, I like them. Thank you so much for bringing these flowers to me. They will look so glad on our balconies if you have them in your school. Thank you for watching. Goodbye. I'll see you in the next video.